This is the journey to One Africa. All right, I have this little question. Who are Fano people, and why no one is talking about them?
Yeah, who are what?
Fano people. Is there Fano people?
Okay, very good. Yeah, man, you're becoming aware of Ethiopia. Okay, the thing is,
from what I heard, these are people who are fighting weapon, are fighting for, for what's going on right now. But I wanna know a little bit in detail about this small group of people and why there's no one who is talking about them.
That's a very good point. It is called, Fano. It's a Fano. Fano is a youth and a young people from the Amara regions in the north part of Ethiopia. One of the things that is, the Fano. Fano is a young people from the Amara regions who've risen and tried to defend the right of their ethnic groups. These are a youth. When the TPLF was in power, people they overthrew it. There were a protest that was going on all over the countries. One of them, in the Oromia regions, in here, Ethiopia had more than 80 something tribes. The Oromo and the Amara are the biggest. The Somali regions are almost the third. The Tigrayans only make up 6% of the population. And they were the one that run the country for 27 years. They used the divide and conquer. To them, Ethiopian back before we intermarriage, the elder, even the kings, they intermarriage to keep peace. But one of the tribal group used to say that they have to create a monster. Like people who believe in, in a God, you have to create a Satan or evil. For the ethno-nationalist people, what they fought against resistance was not really a system alone. They made it to be about peoples. They tried to make it, they made it to be about Amara. Amara is the second largest ethnic groups.
Yeah.
They say that most of the king, Menelik is from Amara, Haile Selassie is from Amara, all of these things. And these tribals say that, these tribes were a monster, they mistreated us, they killed us, they did this. In terms of finding a better way to address it, they make those guys a monster, a boogeyman. So hold these things, liberation, they want to liberate from Ethiopia. You have these tribal groups, Tigray liberation from Oromo Tigray, these fronts they want to liberate from Ethiopia. From them is not from a country, to them was from this tribe or from this group. So to them, instead of making it about a system, they're trying to make, it was being made as a bot. That's why. That's what I say earlier, that in a country, you take the ugly and the good, all of it, and then take the good out of it. But the cherry picking, we have lived in all this together. When the king was in place, there were many from every tribe that would benefit from it. Not only one of these tribes. If we have committed crime, if those kings committed a crime, there's some of us too from our tribes. We were part of this system. The only time there was a real purely tribal structure is when Malas came in 1991. Before that, if you look at it, the Menelik's general was, some of them were Oromo. Haile Selassie, some people say he's an Oromo himself. It's a mix. Before then, the tribal is not an issue. But the tribal group tried to use that and create not about injustice. Like in America, when they created a revolution, they were against the British system, not the British people as a people. But in Ethiopia, that changed the tribal group. That's what I mean. That's just a narrow-minded group. So they did this. So when they come in, the idea for them was, we were oppressed, we were mistreated. It is something horrible. It was not done by a system, it was done by the so-called Amara tribe. So the Amara tribe then were being made the evil of the evil. And when the TPLF come in, even by that time, they even create their own Amara. They create their own group from there, those one, and make them become their own Amara. They even create a regional flag. The original flag of the Amara Klil, and then if you look at it with the Tigray, it's just the same. So they had done that. These continue to carry on. And so when the people protested to get rid of that lead to 2018 overthrow of the TPLF, by that time, the Amara came out. It started in Oromia, and some of the young people were killed in Oromo, and Oromo leaders were put in jails. In Gondor, Amara young people called rallies. What they did was, they outshined the tribal group. When they come in, if you look at the picture, it's fascinating. They look like people who know their right. They dress well. These things, they have the slogan is very well crafted. Some of them, they say that the Oromo blood is our blood. Those Oromo who are put in jail is our brothers and sisters. These young people come out, are organizing. Even the TPLF, when they come to power, they change the Ethiopian flag. And they put the star in between, what they call the star of nation nationality. The star, that star symbolizes tribe. That star symbolizes tribalism. And they say that the flag of Ethiopia, green, yellow, red, with no star, they put it and give it to Amara. But this is the star that we use to fight it, to colonize, to defeat Italian. This star was not. Who say that? That flag is mine. My Ethiopian, and it's not Amara who gave it to me. So, but these people, to get the support, they go and tell the people, and then what the TPLF has done when they come in, they try to say, oh, people like Gambela, we clothe them, we give them shoes they never had, we make them speaking their language and all of this. And there is this thing which was very powerful. I wanted to tell you in a way that you will find interesting. And when they first came to power, the TPLF, there's a group that called Shurma. If you see in Ethiopian, a group that they have a plate in their mouth. A darker people, Ethiopia. They live in the south. The TPLF leaders went to that place. They called them, they say, look, we are your liberators. We went to the bush 17 years to die for you. More than 60,000 of our brothers and sisters died for you. We got rid of the government who were in power. Now we are coming to tell you that we are your liberators. The government in power before was the government of Amara. The Amara, when they were in power, there are many things that they deny you. And we want to tell you that we will give you those things. Number one, they deny you to be a human being. By them, you were not counted as a human being. Number two, they deny you not to speak your own language. Number three, they make you to be naked. You don't have wear clothes. But we are your liberators. We come here to give you those three things. Imagine these are uneducated people under a tree. So the older man of wisdom raised his hand and he told the younger guy who translating, can you tell me these people? Can you tell these people? Did I hear them saying that, they are our liberator? Yes. And they are coming here to make us human? The young man turn out to them and tell them. And they say, yes. Did I hear them say that they are coming here to make our language being spoken? And the young man translated, they say, yes. And the last thing, did they say that they are here to make us, not naked? And then they say, yes. The guy say, okay, tell them that. They came here to talk to human beings. If they were coming here to talk to animals, There's a baboon sitting there on the trees. They didn't go to the baboon, they come to us. They say they come here to make us speak our language. I'm speaking my language now, and you translate it to them in their language. That one doesn't make sense. Number three, they say that, we've been denied from being naked. By chance, there was a younger woman who was sitting down there, pregnant. He told the translator, tell that young lady to stand up. The young lady stood up. He said that, did you see that lady? Her belly is big here. Inside that belly, there's a human being. And when that human being come out, he or she will not have any clothes on him. And not only that kid, even I'm pretty sure that you guys also, when you come out like that. The older man, uneducated, never been outside, don't have PhD, never been in a car, never been in an airplane, don't know how to read and write. He told them, come on, can you please come up with 3 reasons if you want our support? The number one reason, number one reason of making us to be human, we are already humans. That's why you come to us. Number 2, to make our language, I'm speaking my language. Number 3, to make us naked. All of us are born naked. So my point is, these narrow-minded people trying to sell their idea, a wrong side, even uneducated person itself that can understand and know, someone with wisdom. So that narrative of trying to say that, the problem was a tribe, not a system, continue to carry on and dividing people.
Yeah.
And this is something that the Western used. During the Italian war, when the Italians invaded Ethiopia, they divided the Amhara and the Oromo, the 2 major groups. They don't want them to work together. To the point that some people bought it. They bought into it. There were a gentleman, Oromo man, written historically. Ethiopia, they have this tiny seed called teff, the one that they make the injera with. Tiny than sorghums. Some of them you can be brown, like black, another one is white. So he want to tell the Oromo and Amhara who are believing this lie of you guys don't have anything in common. The young man took the brown teff seed and then the white, and he gave it in front of the demonstration, like a lab. He told the younger person to pound it. The lady grounded it. He said, mix them together. They mix it. And then he said, look, Oromo and Amhara are like this neck teff and white teff, like a white and then a brown. When you ground it, become a flour, you mix them together. Show me who can divide it. That man was a man who's uneducated. He said, we are like that. The blood that go through our veins, like a white flour and black flour mixed together, you cannot separate them.
Yeah.
These things continue to be, and the TPLF tried to capitalize on it. And so when Ethiopian were fighting was what I call a sectarial struggles to get rid of the TPLF. They will give something to Oromo and give something to Amhara, give something to the other group, because this is the only way they attacked it. But eventually people come to the point, these young people, the Oromo young people have a year, they call it Kero, the Amhara have a year they're called Fano. And these young people then stood together and rallied together. That started with when the Amhara said that the Oromo blood is our blood. That created this greater movement, eventually then pushed Haile Mariam Desalegn to resign, and then led to Abiy coming. And these younger Amhara kids were a peaceful group. They were not in people who hold the guns. But when the war took place with the TPLF, they were the first to rise up, to protect their family, and fought back. They fought back. They are organized. There are some people for sure within the government who don't want to raise their name. In a way, feel that, like by raising their name, you are kind of maybe minimizing the government or minimizing the defense force. There's some people who are afraid of that. But it shouldn't be. That's what I mean earlier. Say no more to yourself. These young people give their life and their blood to these countries, like the defense force, like everybody else. So the reason is, out of when you are not free, you will not see a bigger thing. These younger people who are there, they are not a terrorist, they are not a monster, they are not anything. They are just an Ethiopian who stood up to defend their family, to defend their countries. They deserve that. You try to sweep and say that, oh yeah, we don't want to talk about them. The truth, even if you don't want to talk about it, God created us, the Creator knows. People know us. So I'm glad that you brought that up. There are some people who don't want to mention that. That's what I mean earlier. Ethiopia need to cleanse themselves. These are some of the issues that we need to talk about these things. Pretending. But I said before, the sleeping guy, you try to wake up, it doesn't. These pretending and denying, not giving credit where the credit is due. So to me, these guys are not a whole bunch of people that will go and kill innocent people. They are not a group of people that will say they want to destroy the country. They are not the people. They are people who are just doing their share to contribute to the betterment of this country. They start as a peaceful group. When things get worse, even the government is now fighting in a war, they pick up the gun to defend their family and defend Ethiopia. They are not an enemy of anybody. These are younger people. So that who those Fano are younger peoples that within Amara regions who try to protect their family. And actually, if you look at it, within this story will tell, so many of them, the tribal group give the ownership, a false ownership, and saying to the Amara, and say that, the Amara is not us, Ethiopia belongs to them. We are not this Ethiopian. We are tribe, but Ethiopia is Amara. But when Ethiopia was falling down in the north, the Amara actually went and claimed it. Like someone saying that it's not your child, they say, you know what? It is.
Yeah.
Unconditionally. History will tell that later on. So that's what I mean. This is not a whole bunch of terrorist group who are doing this. And that's why I say that with confidence, these are younger people who don't want their country to go down. To me, they are heroes. They are fighting. They're worth to be appreciated and, supported, and work with them, giving them, the acknowledgement that they deserve.
Yeah. There are people who are saying, stop Amhara genocide. And there are people who are saying, stop Tigrayan genocide. What do you say?
That's a very good point, man. When are you coming to Ethiopia for the great homecoming Ethiopia?
I'm coming very soon, and I'm hoping to meet you. Maybe we can have a more conversation about other stuff, because I think for today we're not gonna be able to talk about Africa. We're just gonna stick with Ethiopia. Okay. But I'm gonna have another session with you, if you allow me, when I come there, talk about Africa in general.
Definitely, welcome you back home, brother. Welcome you back to Ethiopia to add this. So yes,